What's up? Good morning, everybody. How's it going? On my screen here, it said that 0 people were watching, but then you guys are in the chat, so there's something wrong with my screen. I was like, damn, that's a steep drop from yesterday. How's everybody doing? Good morning. I was out late partying with my 8-year-old. The Clippers won, folks. The Clippers won. We're having breaking news out of Hedera Hashgraph. They are going through something, and we'll look into that in a second. Certainly, my heart goes out to the HBAR community, and over here on Algorand, we know what it feels like. So I'm going to look into it and try to see what's going on. If you are heavily involved in that community and you would like to help me keep everybody posted, keep me up to date, let me know. You can hit me in the DMs. You can email me at therecoopshow@gmail.com. Folks, oh man, right? Oh man. It's been quite a couple of weeks. It's been quite a couple of weeks with crypto, blockchain. I mean, I guess the blockchains, well, I don't know. Well, blockchains are certainly still undefeated. The Algorand blockchain was fine. And I guess technically Hedera is not a blockchain. But yeah, we got, terrible news, terrible news in the news. Let's just get started. Let's try to find some buoyancy. And in the end, at the end of the show, I've got a positive, I think, constructive message directed towards certainly the Algo fam, but everybody in general. Okay, so I'm going to end this one on a positive note. And I feel like I'm chilling out, folks. There's nothing we can do. All we can do is navigate the noise. And I know somebody commented on Twitter, I forget the handle, but he tagged me and being like, all right, Coop, you got to get your tinfoil hat on again, in reference to Hedera. And maybe I will. You know what I mean? Maybe I will, folks. Little under the weather. I'm sick and tired, folks. Literally. All right. All right, let's go. Let's just look at the coin market cap. I'm sure that's going to deliver some great news. I haven't even looked at that today. I'm sure it's going to be just a whole field of green, folks. It's just like Field of Dreams, but a field of green. Sorry, man. Look, they're not all winners. Not all things that come out of my mouth are winners. All right. So we'll go here. Go here. Cool. There we go. Crypto, coin market cap. So we got Bitcoin is sunk below 22,000. You can see that over here. That's called but yeah, 21.7. I have heard from other people conflicting 21.8 if it breaks 21.8, but also more people that if it breaks 21.5, it probably will rather quickly test 20. And then 20 potentially could just be a psychological level and nuke down to around 18. That's all speculation. That's all whatever they're figuring out. That's not my words to you, but that is what I have read. This is clearly not the right direction. Ethereum, though, I guess it has the same line. But yeah, 1540. And then, everything's just sinking a little lower than yesterday. Number 15 on CoinMarketCap, Shiba Inu. I wonder why they judge us. Just doesn't make any sense. Why do they judge us? Monero, that's all green. It's up on 7 days. It's up over an hour or a day. It's up over the hour. XMR, 1138 for Aptos. I wonder why they judge us. And all the way down at number 38, Algo, 20.5 cents, down 15% over the last 7 days. On Vestige, maybe I should refresh. We got the same price over here on Vestige. Opal is doing what Opal's been doing. Green. ASAs seem to be bouncing back. Got a little bounce from pretty bad lows there for bank. All right. Let's check CNBC. Futures are trending up, I guess. Up to sideways. Bitcoin, Ether fall after go-to crypto bank Silvergate announces liquidation. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. All right, nothing more to see there. And then U.S. jobless claims. Oh, that's why highest since December. Okay. So it's not that long. But this is what they want to see. They want to see people out of work. So inflation and some pain, because right now inflation is running hot because people have money to buy stuff. If people don't have money to buy stuff, then, and people aren't buying stuff, then prices have to go down. You guys understand? Very technical analysis, folks. Looks like teachers in Venezuela are not getting a great deal. I think that's pretty universal. Look at that. Looks like JP Morgan is fighting back. Silvergate bet everything on crypto, and then it all evaporated. Cool. It's all fun, right? This is all a good time. Guys, we're having a good time navigating everything. All right, and let's get in over here. Let's share this instead. Let's come over here. So we do have HBAR. I do want to talk quickly about Silvergate. Let's just... okay, maybe I should have queued this up, folks. But the narrative goes around Elizabeth Warren. She's kind of doing a victory lap right now about her skepticism for crypto and, cryptocurrency. And so she is talking about how she warned everybody that traditional banks should not be, and then she really sounded the alarm on Silvergate. Now, what appears to have happened is that some would interpret that as she caused a bank run on Silvergate, forced them to shutter alongside the government, which is clearly trying to separate crypto from traditional banking. And then Silvergate proceeded to do a voluntary liquidation, which I'm sure they did under pressure, and every single depositor is going to be made whole. A lot of smart people are saying this is not an indictment of crypto. It's an indictment of the banking process, the fractionalized banking process. So there is a lot of narratives that she's trying to spin. This guy, at least to his credit, central bank man, Jerome Powell, to his credit said, he wants to be careful not to stifle innovation. And there appears to be potentially some useful use cases for blockchain and cryptocurrency. We'll talk about that later in my positive section of this episode. But there you go. That's it. Look, folks, this is not a great time for our industry, right? This is a bear market. We were expecting that. If you were expecting crypto winter and a bear market and these types of volatile assets to bounce back the way it tried to do in January after all of the disasters last year, centralized disasters or not truly indicting crypto or not, you were wrong, because look at what's happening now. There is explosions everywhere. There are hacks, there's exploits, there's a bunch. There seems to be a message being made. And also we have the US government. Let's look at this real quick. You guys are seeing all this, right? Good. I'm getting better at this. Just in navigating, I mean. US government, 1 billion Bitcoin transfer spooks investors. Bitcoin dips. The price of Bitcoin dipped below 22,000. Early Wednesday, after authorities moved some of the Bitcoin to Coinbase-controlled wallets. Now, usually, folks, the US government sells their confiscated Bitcoin in auctions. So this is a different path. And, it's hard to interpret this as anything other than a message to us that they moved it to Coinbase-controlled wallets. Hey, everybody, look what we're about to do. And then on CoinDesk, they show a white brick wall with an arrow down. Oh, man. Here, let's turn this on. Does that even make a difference? All right. U.S. authorities transferred $1 billion worth of Bitcoin recovered from a dark web hack to new wallet addresses, including one owned by Coinbase on Wednesday, stoking investor fears that intense sell pressures could drive down the token's price. Authorities moved the Bitcoin in 3 transactions. According to data from blockchain security firm PeckShield, nearly 10,000 Bitcoin were sent to Coinbase-controlled wallets, while roughly $41,000 tokens. What is happening? There's so much wrong with this, CoinDesk. Alex, I believe you want to erase that and you would like to change this to coins. Let's get it right. Bitcoin's a coin, right? Come on. Show its respect, but I'm sure he means this. Nearly 10,000 Bitcoin were sent to Coinbase-controlled wallets, while roughly 41,000 coins were directed to government-controlled wallets. Fantastic. PeckShield published its findings on Twitter early Wednesday morning, and investors were quick to notice. In the hours after the report's release, investors expressed their fears that authorities would sell the recovered Bitcoin on the open market, potentially tanking the price of Bitcoin, which has recovered from its 2-year low of roughly 15.5 in November. The concerns caused Bitcoin's price to dip roughly 2%, pushing it below 22,000. And so this is the point I was making. An open market sale would be a departure from authorities' past handlings of seized digital assets. The government usually sells seized assets at auction. In 2014 and 2015, the government auctioned off Bitcoin seized from the owner of virtual black market platform Silk Road. The movement of Silk Road Bitcoin to Coinbase is almost definitely being done with the intention to sell. So one has to wonder if Bitcoin is due for some sort of short-term headwinds. Anyways, so there's that. And then, of course, this morning, I woke up to find out that our friends in the HBAR community, Hedera Hashgraph, the HBAR Barbarians, are going through something terrible. Let's look. Let's go here. Follow me on Twitter, ReCoop.algo, @Coop_Daniels. Dale Forward, an incredible artist in the Algorand blockchain, And and then also, of course, bank on Algorand, who made the original, but Dale drew this. He does these redraws of some of the more popular NFTs, and he also has his Algo Gods project. It's a fantastic project on the Algorand blockchain. Here I am. Oh, look at that. There I am. You can see my mouse right there. There we go. Hashpack wallet. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's start with the actual HBAR Foundation. So this was at 4:15 or 4:13 this morning. We've noticed network irregularities that are impacting various Hedera dApps and their users. The foundation is in communication with impacted partners. We're monitoring and working to help resolve this issue. Please stand by for more information. Let's see if there's any other updates. No. Not. Same problem as Algorand, in my opinion, is the same hacker group. No, well, as far as I know, Future Crypto Millionaire, this is not it. This is actually so he says not, and then let's just read from here. An ongoing exploit have hit the Hedera network this morning. The exploit is targeting the decompiling process and smart contracts. At time of writing, attackers have hit Pangolin and Heliswap pools containing wrapped assets. We are unsure if other HTS tokens are at risk too. We are actively investigating, are in talks with the other devs on the network and trying to look for ways to mitigate the vulnerability. There have been no reports of saucer swap users getting funds stolen yet, but as a precaution, we would encourage everyone to withdraw liquidity immediately. Safety first. Safety first, folks. Look, a lot of times, especially right now, this is a very volatile time in the industry. Sometimes when people come out and they say things, warning people, they are accused of being alarmists or fudsters. But just remember, folks, overreacting in these situations is much less damaging than underreacting. All right, so protect your assets and wait for this to blow over. If you're getting 7% yield somewhere and you don't want to lose that, I don't know, man. 7% of zero is zero. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. TC.algo. That was Coop Daniels. Get your tinfoil hat back on. And then I posted Bart Simpson. Aren't I a funny guy? Okay, so there's that. So Saucer Labs has been on it. I'm not super familiar with the Hedera DeFi ecosystem, but I do know that the Algo fam is, there's many of you that are fans. Hashport, the Hashport bridge has been temporarily paused as we have noticed some smart contract irregularities on Hedera. While we look into it further, we want to ensure user safety. We thank you for your patience and will provide updates as they come. Okay. I don't know much about the Hashport bridge, but clearly they can pause it, which in moments like this is desirable. Okay. So none of that. Let's see if there's any more updates from the bridge. Nope. Let's go here. Let's just see. I retweeted somebody else too. I guess it was just, there's my son on the Jumbotron at the Clippers game. All right. So there's that. I don't really know what to say other than if you're in the HBAR community, protect your assets. I don't know. There was some smart people. Hashpack wallet. Okay, we haven't heard from Hashpack bridge, but Hashpack wallet. We have gotten confirmation from Hedera that wallets are not affected. Neither are native tokens simply being held in your wallet. Okay, well, that's good news. Hashport network has frozen bridged assets. It is suggested to remove your tokens from LPs on tokens back into your wallets. You may need to increase slippage on swaps if you are encountering errors. Man, it's just always, you always get messed, you always get screwed, folks. We are closely monitoring the situation, and we will let you know any updates as they come to us. Relevant tweets. Well, there we go. Let's just dive down this wormhole a little bit further before we move on. Pangolin Hedera. I'm not even sure what pangolin is. I apologize. Due to some Hedera network irregularities, Hashboard has paused their bridge, and we'd encourage anyone with HTS tokens and pangolin pools. Okay, so we now know what this is, and farms to withdraw immediately. So clearly pangolin is a DEX or an AMM. This is a time critical moment, so we'll update as soon as we have more information. This person does not like how irresponsible a tweet like this is with zero detail. And then Pangolin responds, the issue is that decompiling the issue takes time. So we can speculate and release information which may be proved incorrect and cause more damage. So we want to make sure we act responsibly and ensure the information we release is accurate. This takes time. I think we all in the Algorand community heard a similar message yesterday on Twitter Space. So they're having errors removing liquidity. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry to all of you in the HBAR community. This is brutal. Stater Hedera, alert. Our HBAR X contract is currently paused as a precautionary step to assess a security issue on the Hedera HTS pre-compiles. We can confirm that all HBAR funds in our contract are safe. Please check out security advice from Pangolin. We will share more details as we have them. Our smart contract has been paused. I mean, what's going on, folks? Just pause the smart contract, huh? Did we already look at this? We've already looked at this. All right. Well, there you go. I'll be following this. And like I said earlier, if you have any information, if you have any insight on this, you can tag me, on Twitter. If you think that's the easiest way, you can reach out to me in DMs, and you can email me at therecoopshow@gmail.com. I want to continue to spread as much information and awareness about the HBAR exploit as I can, because I know that we're all in this together, and we've got to keep each other informed and also entertained. So I welcome all of the HBarbarians to the ReCoop, and hopefully I can help with this platform, if that's even possible. It's a small one, so maybe I'm just taking myself a little too seriously already. All right. So that's Twitter. Now let's make a transition to what we've been talking about over the last week and a half. It I feel like for the ReCoop, it peaked a couple of days ago. And then it started to de-peak yesterday. And now I'm just feeling like, all right, folks, let's just get a resolution and move forward. I don't really have all of the same vigor for the investigation as I did. I do want the people to be caught. I want people to be made whole. It seems from a tweet thread, I guess we can look at it, but let's look at the MyAlgo tweets, because they, I believe, tweeted again today. It is important. Let's make sure that you guys are seeing this, and you guys are. I'm going to be diving into the comments in a few minutes as well. So, I can answer any questions or just banter with you guys. But all right, 2 hours ago, it's important that all users finish rekeying or moving all funds out of accounts in MyAlgo. Importing the same 25 words you had in MyAlgo to a new wallet is not safe. Only use a ledger or new account that has never been in MyAlgo. Please help spread the word in your network. Thank you for that, MyAlgo. I've been also spreading that message as well. on my channel. I'll spread that again. If you need help, reach out to us through the contact form in our website or to the official channels of other wallet providers. Be careful with scammers impersonating MyAlgo, Para, or DFly. No official member will ever DM you. And this is yesterday. This is a longer tweet thread. I don't necessarily need to read this entire thing. I'm sure most of my audience has already been through this. But it says, we wanted to provide an update on our efforts to address the situation. Our team has been working tirelessly since the very first incidents to identify compromised accounts, alert users, trace funds, and alert exchanges to freeze assets. We've also been working to retrieve all the information necessary for law enforcement and assist them globally, while in parallel also investigating the root cause of the vulnerability. We are a small team with no resources. It has been difficult to explain our ongoing efforts to the community while focused on all of the above priorities. Okay. We know how difficult the situation is for those affected, including some of our own team members. We want to ensure you that we are doing everything we can alongside other parties in the community. It is crucial that any assets still in wallets that use MyAlgo at any point in time be immediately withdrawn to newly created accounts in Para, Algo Wallet, or DFly, or rekeyed. It is possible that LP tokens, DeFi positions, and ASAs may continue to be stolen. We urge everyone to move or rekey them and to please alert those in their network to do the same. From the analysis of the blockchain data, a very rough estimate of approximately 30 million algos, including G algos, have been stolen from about 2,000 accounts in total. That's a lot of algos. Around 19 million was stolen manually before this week, and remaining 10 to 12 million was stolen from around 2,000 accounts this Monday through an automated script by the hacker. We have identified hundreds of victims, many of whom have already reached out to us. This has helped us further validate the accounts from the data collected on-chain with the help of D13. D13 has been on the show a couple of times, and everybody is, sending him the flowers, and he deserves them. We will continue to work tirelessly to identify the compromised accounts, limit the funds escaping through exchanges, help authorities find the perpetrator, and do everything we can to support the community. This is the best community out there, and all that can be done to save it must be done. We will continue to update the community as we make progress. Does the 30 million algo and 2,000 accounts drained count the ones that were maliciously rekeyed? No, these estimates do not include rekeyed victims. The pattern we are seeing is that rekeyed victims were holding many ASAs and LP tokens. It's hard to analyze rekeyed data at the moment. Okay. So this guy, whoever is behind, whoever's behind this knows exactly what they're doing. So they're doing all the things that they can do automated, and then they're going into accounts that maybe they can't do right now automated, and they're rekeying the account. So they hold the keys, and then later they can drain. So this is a major, major violation of our security in the Algorand ecosystem. That's an understatement. And obviously I've been saying that for a long time, but I'm just saying, folks, like this was a very highly coordinated attack on MyAlgo. This is not an amateur hour for sure. And we still do not know how this went down, what the problem is. But what happened? How did they get access in the first place? Still looking into it. Halborn is now fully on helping answer this. That's good. I hear Halborn is, elite. And that is the Algorand Foundation brought in Halborn and chain analysis. I'm sure if they knew, they would have stopped it or run their own script to limit damages. Yeah. I mean, obviously. You can't freeze, man. But I mean, apparently, I guess the wallets are not on, this is a wallet. This isn't whatever. Okay. All right. that's enough of that. So there is that. There was a Nimble thread. Let's look at that. All right. MyAlgo update. They've been working with all these people. Happy to update. Okay, is this the most recent thing they tweeted, I guess? Okay, I'm not going to read through all this. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but since day one, our partners at the FBI have been holding victim interviews, working with us to track funds, and have several team members actively working this case. That is great news. Okay. All right. I mean, there's nothing new there. Okay. All right. So, folks. Oh. Little levity. Anybody in for some levity? Are you guys ready for some fun? Here's David. David is the supreme overlord at Glitter Finance and something else. I don't know what it is. I take no responsibility for your financial issues, your mistakes, or your mishaps. I ain't your daddy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I mean, this guy goes, he's been going scorched earth. Let's see. Okay. Let's see where maybe I should. My wife just told me that if she ever wants to have me whacked, she'll just buy me a ticket to the next Decipher. To all those that know me and care, I'm of good mental and emotional state. I have not willingly bought myself a ticket to Decipher. Folks, this is actually a pretty well constructed tweet joke. He sets it up with his wife wanting to kill him, which makes him a little likable, because I think he's not the most liked person right now, and I think we can all identify with the idea that his wife would kind of hate him as well, and she'll just buy me a ticket to Decipher. And to all those that know me and care, I'm of good, and this is good, guys. To all those that know me and care, I'm of good mental and emotional state. I have not willingly bought myself a ticket to Decipher. All right, bro. I'm gonna like it. Let's go to his responses, though. I want, because he really isn't happy. Oh, here, this is good. Wow, a total disgrace. As the bank of choice for crypto, Silvergate's bank failure is disappointing but predictable. I warned of Silvergate's risky, if not illegal, activity, and I identified several severe due diligence failures. Now customers must be made whole, and regulators should step up against crypto risk. Yes. Well, we all know that customers are going to be made whole. They've said that in their voluntary liquidation. And remember, what is this? Jamie, how did we become so rich? Because you give all the answers to Gary. Fucking devious. Okay. I was hoping that was funnier. Okay, I don't care. We already talked about that. Let's get back to David. The fun. Deers. Oh my God. It's going to be, I mean, this guy's obviously gone, right? This guy's obviously gone. But like, look, he gave you a centralized bridge to Solana. You should appreciate that. Dears, I'm tired of having these discussions on algo. What I said, accurate, not accurate, etc. If you feel outraged and need a support group to do so, do it on your own time. Tagging me in emotional throw up will result me in blocking you. Thanks. As a result of this hack and how it was handled, I'm sure, the XGLI nosedived in value. Glitter Finance lost developer funds. Our protocol lost value. This is actual stuff that can lead to a lawsuit. Saying something is phishing when it's a hack is not appropriate. Okay. this is what a lot of people are setting up, right? They're obviously setting up a lawsuit because of the insinuation that this might be phishing. All right. I mean, what are we talking about, folks? If they thought it was phishing, what do you just wanted them to not know? They said it looks like it could be phishing because they thought. You heard John Woods yesterday. He has several years in security, in cybersecurity, and stuff like that. He's worked at very large places and has worked on it. He knows that there are several different ways of points of attack, and you have to work through them. And clearly, 2+ weeks later, MyAlgo and Algorand still don't know what caused this. So it's not like they knew and they misled. They assumed, I guess, and maybe that is, I guess, I don't know. And then the people came and started making points, man. This is actually pretty interesting. As a now former XGLI holder with losses, maybe I should think about how a protocol did not properly secure their funds on behalf of the token holders, then proceeded to possibly threaten and publicly slander a community which is now recorded. No company wallets holding XGLI were affected. Drop in prices due to the fact that the algo is going down and big bag holders lost funds in MyAlgo. Direct yourself towards the foundation and Rand Labs. Well, I have not been looking, and I guess I shouldn't speculate, but it would also maybe the XGLI token is going down because people within the company lost funds and are liquidating because they need money and know where this is headed and know that Glitter has a dubious future at best. Conscience, man. How much revenue did you lose from going from 10 users to 1? Okay, it's pretty funny. Are you guys still watching me do this? This is like literally today really I'm a little congested and tired, and today just actually feels like I'm sitting alone at my desk, and for some reason I'm just talking out loud as I scroll the internet. What happened here? So this hack happened a year ago. Oh man, yeah, that launch wasn't good. Woo boy. And then this one always gives you the vibe, doesn't it? When people do this one, you're just like, that's, what was, I had to scroll back up. I was like, oh, somebody did that. It's probably good. I want to see the dev wallet. Send us the address. Okay. You're going to sue yourself for mismanaging funds? That hack last year was brutal. This is the joke, everybody. How did Glitter lose developer funds? Explain clearly without changing subject. Developer funds, man, not in cold storage. Woo, baby. Every time you talk, this is all everyone is going to hear. Oh, here we go. Algo was never our target market. We connected you, Hicks, to the outside world. If you don't like it, don't use it, or use something else, or do whatever it is that you do. I'm a complicated person, folks, and stupid things appeal to me. And I'm personally just don't hate that this guy is so angry. And he said it. I made a joke about all the angry funny guys or funny angry guys are all over the place. And he responded, I'm an angry and spiteful man. And crypto Twitter is the perfect avenue for that. And frankly, that showed some self-awareness. So anyways, but he is extraordinarily dissatisfied with the Algorand community. I don't think that the Algorand community ever truly trusted him, to be perfectly honest. I think this sentiment has been consensual. So it appears that David Dobritsky and Glitter never really had any intentions other than Algorand being an easy stepping stone, possibly, I guess, getting some grant money and then making their big move toward the grand stage of Polygon or whatever. I don't know what his target was, but clearly this was a stepping stone to him. After I interviewed David on my show, I had a lot of serious people that weren't taking him seriously. So look, David, clearly the feeling has been mutual between you and Algorand and the Algorand community from the beginning. Que sera, sera. Please don't block me because I think you're funny. All right, cool. So Sue ran labs. So you can stop talking about it already. Fix your wallet. All right, guys, because that was his refrain. All right, let me check in with you guys. You guys still here? You guys still here? Yeah, you guys are still here. You have to you have to click on the thread itself. You're just viewing the first tweet of his thread. You're like, bro, thank you, John. Let's go back then. You're just okay. I need that thread. You're right. Okay, sorry. I'll drop this after this because this is fun. Okay, hold on. So this is just, I'm actually just looking at, oh, come on. I want somebody, okay. Hold on. Let's have some fun, guys, because I actually want to read this. And I'm losing my mind here. Where are you, David? Let's go back to your page. Oh, shoot, this is going to take me forever. Now I'm feeling panic. Guys, I'm feeling panic. Bro, stop fudding. You know what is going on. Everything has been clearly stated. To be clear, our dev wallets were affected. Who shall we log the complaint to? And who's going to help us make our account whole? Glitter Finance. I don't think anybody is, David. Certainly not. It seems unlikely. I'll speak with some confidence. It seems unlikely that the Algorand community is going to rally around a glitter recovery fund. Okay, however, at no point, okay, maybe John is talking about this tweet thread. Okay. So John got into it. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this. I'm sorry. Look, this is easy for me because I find it funny. And so I'm just going to go with this and, I'll move on and then I'll spend the last 10 minutes talking to you guys and kind of giving a positive message. But I'd like to make sure people are aware of several things. One, yes, Glitter never planned to have Algorand as our home chain. I hope everyone understands that this is not us trying to insult anyone. This is just a fact. We connect Algo to other blockchains because we are cross-chain. Okay. John is like, well, I'm pretty good at finding receipts. Glitter Finance is creating, so this is from the grant application. Glitter Finance is creating the ease of movement between blockchain ecosystems platform with a backbone rooted in Algorand technology. The MVP was based around Algo because our devs were from the Algo ecosystem and they didn't know Solana well. So we had to work this way to create the bridge. It was never the intention of the founders to make Algorand the focal point. And now the platform is shifting totally away from Algorand, which is frankly what we always intended. At no point did me or my co-founders go, let's be a 100% Algo project. You can see this by the fact that the token is not 100% Algo. Okay, well, this reveals everything. So what he just said right here, you literally wrote with a backbone. Yeah, exactly. You literally wrote with a backbone on Algorand. What the F? Those are your words. At the time that this was written, our MVP was Algo to X Algo, Sol to X Sol. That product was constructed around Algo because, as I said, the devs mostly knew Teal and had to learn Sol on the go. Also, Sol was and is unstable, whereas Algo is stable. All right, man. You're saying that your intention was never to even be on Algorand. You just literally said the platform is shifting totally away from Algorand, which was frankly what we always intended. So just say what it is. David has said it. I mean, that line needs no further explanation. He was grant farming, and his intention was always leave, but his intentions would have changed if it would have gone well. Like, let's be honest, this guy is playing as many sides of this as he possibly can. So you received a grant saying Algorand is our backbone, but that was actually just a lie because you just stated it was never the intention of the founders to make Algorand the focal point. So me and John if we were together, we would have been agreeing on these tweets. So did you mean backbone metaphorically? Don't want to interpret you. Yeah, guys, like, look, a lot of times people will say things like backbone, and what they really mean is, air. I don't know. Sorry. Wish I was quicker in the morning. And then Oli Faze, who does Big Booty Fairies, she responded with, you're not interpreting wrong. He means what he says. They spam misinformation in the white paper, probably to secure a foundation grant. And now he wants to disassociate from these decisions and commitments because line go down. Well, I feel like you're right, Only Phase. Feel like you're correct about that. I'm sure John is telling me the statement, fix your wallet, is meant to draw attention to the fact that there has to be accountability for people losing thousands. I said in interviews that I like Algorand. I do like Algorand. I think it's a good blockchain that works in a solid way. It's also a fact that this is the only thing I like about Algorand. Lastly, there was an insinuation that we raised from Algo Retail. It's totally not the case that we had any interest in raising from Algorand Retail. In fact, we had very actual investors from Algorand, and this is, again, fine because we never considered ourselves to be an algo ecosystem project. Well, you may have not literally raised from Algorand Retail, but you sure use them as liquidity to dump your token. I hope this clarifies everything for everyone. The opinions I have expressed today have been there from the beginning. Nothing in the direction of glitter has changed. Those that, for whatever reason, dislike us, I urge you not to use our product. Those that like our service, we are always glad to provide it. Okay. Whatever. All right, guys. Hey, let's look at what we got here on the in the comments. Only phase never fades. Aramid is built on Algorand backbone tech, and we intend to keep it that way. Aramid Finance, Votecoin, Ludo. Aramid Finance has a bridge coming very soon, and we're excited about that, sir. So keep me posted. Keep me posted. So hard for the foundation to know who is grant farming versus actually wanting to develop. Yeah, guys, I mean, look, we're seeing the true colors of a lot of people. And if you're being honest, if you're being intellectually honest, there's a lot of people in the Ethereum community, certainly, that have been complaining about this. And it's been a criticism of layer ones, or I guess, alternative layer ones to Ethereum for a while. There's obviously plenty of criticisms that you can throw back at Ethereum, but one of them is that the model is give grants, kind of, spread it around. People come because there's money, and then people leave when the money runs out. And we're seeing that play out right now. I personally am looking forward to the projects that actually stick with us, stick with the Algorand community, because those projects, when we're in a bull run, those are the ones, folks. So let's see where we are in a couple of months when this is blown off and hopefully things are looking better. You know what I mean? When things are looking better and we can see which projects are still here, which exciting projects are still here. And I know a couple that I'm rather certain will be. We have John Mazzoni in the chat today. He has been a supporter of this show, and I appreciate him, and I appreciate his partner, Patrick, at NF Domains, non-fungible domains. If you're new to the Algorand ecosystem, get your .algo. This is an excellent tool, and it just keeps on adding new features, and it's tremendous. Patrick and John are vocal Algorand supporters, but they're also not naive, and they're not they speak for themselves. I don't know. I'll stop speaking for them, frankly. And then also we have Folks Finance. Bet you they're not going anywhere. Tiny Man, bet you they're not going anywhere. So look, guys, there's a lot of different, and I'm not mentioning things. I'm not going to go through all of the projects and talk about which ones I'm pretty confident aren't going anywhere. And Ludo just said that Aramid Finance is coming soon and they are determined to provide. So there are excellent builders in this ecosystem that hopefully did get grants, because I want hopefully those ones that are going to stick around got some of that money and they're in a decent situation and they're going to continue to build and continue to lift this up, and we'll move forward and we'll get liquidity back into our NFT ecosystem. Shout out to Prim. I posted something. Let's give that guy, let's send him some love real quick before I move on. Shoot, I did that wrong. Let's just go back to Twitter. Can you guys see this? Nope. Okay, here's mine, and I tweeted about it. I want to say real quick, I listened to the last, I was about 15 minutes late to this, so I did miss the beginning. I guess I could listen to it. It was about 50 minutes, so it was quick. But the two takeaways the things that I took away from that space yesterday are three things. Let's go with three things. One, they do regret some of the reaction. Stacy owned, a pretty embarrassing insider newsletter that didn't even mention the hack or exploit, whatever. I don't know how you're supposed to call that. Let's just call it a hack. And then two, I guess overall, it just like the messaging could have been better, but they definitely addressed the fact that this is an ongoing thing. If they came out and they were wrong about things, like I said, it can cause panic, especially from official channels. Now, I'm not an official channel, so I'm going to explore these things with you. I'm more on, there's going to be different types of information out there. There's going to be people that give you information that know their responsibility is to remain, very calm and they're more calculated about it. And then there's going to be the guys like me that are going to be out there trying to figure it out with you. I'm with you guys trying to figure it out alongside of you. My point of view is that I want to be a part of this community and I want to be helpful to the community in any way I can. And the way I can do that is to continue to just provide all the information that I know. Like yesterday, when that came into me, I was like, well, there is something here, potentially. It could obviously be nothing and totally unaffiliated. And obviously, but it's ongoing and whatever. Let's not even talk about that. We'll only talk about that if we ever have to. You know what I mean? You guys got the information. We're moving on. But what I'm saying is oh my God, I just blanked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But anyways, okay, let's go. I was going to give Prim some love. So I said, it's almost as if this Whelp, why did I say Whelp? I don't know about Whelp. When I read that back, I was like, this doesn't sound like you. You don't say Whelp. Why would you type Whelp? It's almost as if this Prim dude, Yeet Davidson, knows what he's talking about. And this is what I'm talking about. So this is a longer thing, and I screenshotted it so people could just read it real quick. So there was more, but he's clearly talking to this dude that's not in the Algorand ecosystem. And he was asking about what was going on, which is MyAlgo, which is most people's first. They got seed phrases. NFT market will probably have a lot of things listed for lower than normal as people try to buy back, but also much less buy side liquidity. Probably a great time to get into Algorand NFTs, to be honest. Look, on some level, that is financial advice. I am not giving you financial advice. I doubt Prim considers himself giving you financial advice, but it does, people losing, selling lower because they need to move it, which is harder to do because there's not a lot of liquidity to buy. So then, because they're in a pinch, they need to sell it lower. And then that puts, we talked about, some complicated economic concepts earlier in the show. And this is a similar one. When people need money and there's not a lot of buyers, usually the price go down and then the buyers jump. And then this guy is like, well, what blue chip projects are on Algo and which wallet to use besides MyAlgo? And then Prim said a lot of folks have moved over to Parawallet, and I haven't tried DeFi app, but I think people like that one too. And people definitely do like DeFi app too. I like DeFi app too. And then he mentions Yieldling, Shitty Kitties, Algorillas, Flemish Giants, Algowana, and Crazy Goose Flock are all top great communities off the top of my head. Yo, this is messaging, folks. And then he says, thank you, man. Looks like I'm going to buy my first Algo NFT soon. Bam. Not bad, bro. Not bad. All right. So I said I was going to say something positive. It's already 7:01. You know what? I'll save it. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow will be Friday Fun Day. You know, it has to do with utility, and it has to do with a major thing. We heard Jerome Powell earlier, the other day say that he does think that there might be some utility for blockchain and cryptocurrency. And you hear it all the time. If you talk to people, they'd be like, well, what does this actually do outside of speculation? And I think that Silvio McCauley and Algorand have a lot of things to say to that, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But real quick before I go, let's just see how the market opened. For giggles, we'll giggle a little at the market. Don't like that one. I like that one. GM is trying to get rid of a bunch of workers. So the market likes the jobs. So yeah, GM is excited about some of the job stuff. Oh, and I also said I put my tinfoil hat on for this HBAR and Algorand and what's happening in the overall crypto ecosystem. I guess I will save that for tomorrow as well, right? Get you to come back. Let's see. Oh, and I want to say, let's see. Great show as always, Coop. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Maximus. Vroom, vroom, taxi, Diamond Hand, Shitty Kitties, man. I'm excited about Shitty Kitties. D-Fly's number one. Whelp is a great word, like darn. Okay, thank you, guys. I shouldn't be so hard on myself. I know Whelp it has a feeling, right? It does. Or Pshaw. So you're being funny also, by the way. Yes. Pshaw. My next tweet brought to you from @Coop_Daniels, where you should definitely be following. And also, you should also be liking and retweeting and doing all the things. You should also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Even if you're watching this on Twitter, go give my YouTube stats some love as well. I still need to, and by the way, I still need to fix my recorded live streams. I'll do that after this. I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to fix. So if you're watching this recorded later on in the day, you can also keep up with this, the chat, because this chat is on fire every day. And I will thank you guys and tell you guys that I appreciate you. Every single one of you that is in this chat. This is a lot of fun. Eric Coop for CEO of Algorand Foundation. And our buddy Ludo says +1. Guys, I love you. Stacy shot Riley down like a redheaded stepchild was my big takeaway. Guys, I'm just like Anchorman. I'm just reading things, folks. Love Prim. He's funny. Uncle Spam. Okay, we're in a death cycle. Crypto for Change, man. You can always count on him to keep you. He's funny. You should definitely be following Crypto for Change on Twitter. You should be following his YouTube channel and also tuning into the next block. Another Algorand-centric YouTube show that it also airs live, I believe, on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Please double check that information. I bet you Crypto might give me that, and I'll make sure. But follow him on Twitter mainly so you can see him lead the haka in college for his dodgeball team. Look good. He had the man bun and everything. So Crypto for Change is not messing around when it comes to dodgeball, and he's obviously a clear leader. John is a real one for sure. Jordan says, it's rather annoying when projects get funding and don't deliver shit yet. A lot of the bootstrap projects have actually done something. For the love of God. I mean, you're 100% right. And there are some incredible projects. And frankly, so many of them are born out of the NFT ecosystem. So the Algorand NFT ecosystem, you see these cool games coming up. You have people like Thurs, you have people like Fractal Monsters teaming up with the Flemish Giants, that whole crew. You have all of these people, the Shitty Kitties and the Mingos and the Algoanas and all of these guys that are constantly working. I'm not saying none of them got some money from the foundation, but from as far as I can tell, if they did, they didn't get a lot. And I don't know even if they were asking. They were just like, we really want to build this, and Algorand technology is the right thing. Obviously, that is the sentiment that is and I'm sure the foundation would like to grow. The foundation is like, yeah, we can help support. We want to bring people in, but they also need the Algorand blockchain to speak, and it does speak. And if you build good things on top of it, it will work exactly as you intended. And games and all of the cool stuff can be built right there on Algorand and move fast and give people that Web 2 experience with the Web 3 advantages, right? Right? That is it. So for the love of God, if you know of a project in the Algorand ecosystem, especially right now, that bootstrapped it their damn selves and continues to build and work and try to provide and isn't sitting here fudding or, not fudding, but like saying like, out there being like, oh, maybe I should go. None of the people that bootstrap, because when you start, spreading misinformation that the Algorand's responsible for this, or you should go somewhere else, or all of the, that's not misinformation, folks. I'm sorry. It's not, because if you want to go, you got to go. I get it. But what I'm saying is that the people that are hurting right now is the people that bet big on Algorand without a lot of support, and they're building cool stuff. So my encouragement to all of you is to support those motherfuckers. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Peace.